Hi everyone. Marianne Cowan here from Pinery Paper Crafts. Today is Monday, January 31st. Hard to believe, but it is the last day of January. And the weather is starting to get a bit warmer here, so that makes me happy. I'm already starting to think about my greenhouse and what I'm going to be doing out there this year. This will be the first time I'll have my greenhouse in early spring, so that's exciting. But in the meanwhile, I'm spending lots of time in my craft room. So today we're going to be focusing on the cute little ladybugs from the bundle called Hello Ladybug. It's in the new mini catalog. It comes with a stamp set and a punch. I'll show you this side, but you always get a glare. So it's got the body and the wings. And you can use it for things other than ladybugs, because today we're going to be making bumblebees. So that's the stamp set. And just a reminder that it is Celebration, so with every $60 purchase in Canada before tax and shipping, you can choose a free Celebration product. Level 1, and then they have two level 2 Celebration items as well. The other thing we're going to be using today is the Special Moments stamp set, and it is a Celebration level 2. So when you spend $120 in Canada, which is easy to do, especially it's a good time to stock up on envelopes and paper, all those things that you know you're going to use a lot of. So this one is available, and it's an amazing set. Just so many great sentiments. And I think I used Happy Birthday and Thinking of You. Yep, they're both from this set. So great stamp set. I've also used the stitched rectangles for my sentiment. And the scalloped contour dies for this. And I did use an embossing folder for the first card or the second card, however we do them, but I don't have it right here. It's one of the new one. It's a honeybee one. Hello Minnick. Hi Diane. All right, let's get started. We're making 2 cards today, and I'm just going to show you some tips and tricks and some paper that you can use when you're turning your ladybugs into bees. So the first, just a couple of reminders. My next class is full, but the class after that, Sunshine and Rainbows, is February 26th. And there's lots of options. With option 1, you get a pack of the Celebration paper Sunshine and Rainbows, which is amazing, which I've used in these cards. So just a quick peek at the 4 cards that we will be making. You make 2 of each. So there's this one. This cute little one showcasing that amazing paper. A nice little rainbow one. And another rainbow little fun fold. So those are the cards for Sunshine and Rainbows card class. And then also coming up is Spring Stamp Camp. And I haven't designed all the cards yet, but I will show you 3, and one of the ones we're making today will also be in Spring Stamp Camp. So here are some. This one features one of the new papers that I can't remember the name of right now, but it's very pretty, very springy. Here's a fun fold featuring the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper. And this one features the Daffodil Afternoon paper. So those are 3 of the cards. For Spring Stamp Camp, we make 14 cards, 7 designs, 2 of each. It is March 12th, and you also get $30 worth of product. It's a really fun day. And it's $75 before February 15th. After that, it's $85. And if you're part of my Pinery Paper Pals team, it's only $40. So those are my upcoming classes. All right, let's start with this card. And I'll show you the about 80 bazillion different designs I have before I think I finally settled on the one we're going to do today. Hi Sylvia. So basic black card base, just regular. And for my next layer, I originally thought, oh, I was going to focus on black and white because I wanted to introduce gold. So this little bee is cut out of this piece of paper. And this piece of paper is from the Expressions in Ink 12 by 12 Specialty DSP. So it's got gold highlights, as you can see, and then you can see what I did. I just took I did my stamping blends. I'll show you with the next card the difference between the stamping blends and then the regular Stampin' Write markers. So this one I used the Stampin' Blends. And for this one, I actually went over it again because it was a bit gray. I wanted it more black. So I colored it first and then I punched it out, but you can color it after you punch it out. You do want to be careful when you're punching it out because it's on a bit of an angle in the stamp. So to make sure that you, I'll go to this end, when you're going in, that you have it lined up straight. And what I was trying to do was have it, for this one it's gold, so the gold, the little antenna were in the gold. And then these two little marks, I figured if they were kind of straight on the lines, then I was good to go. And I'll show you some that I did totally crooked. I mean, it doesn't really matter, but it was bugging me. If I can find one of my crooked ones. So here you can see one of my crooked ones that I used a different paper. So yeah, it's crooked. I mean, you could still use, oh, that's cute. You could use a little love bug instead. Okay, so this was my original, this is part of the Pattern Party Designer Series paper. This is a huge pack of 48 12 by 12. It's in the host section of the catalog. So you can only purchase it, well, yeah, purchase it. With a qualifying party or if you get some of your friends together. But it's got amazing papers and a lot of them are black and white on the back. So that is where this one came from and that is where this one came from. So this was my original idea and I wanted to introduce the gold. So this was my original plan. I pulled out a little piece of the brushed metallics. And then I had this one that was honestly left over from the first one that I didn't use. And this is the honeycomb embossed. And then I had my bee with my vellum wings. And I didn't like it. I don't know, it just wasn't speaking to me. So in a fluke, I flipped this over. And it's got beautiful flowers on it. So I thought, okay, let's use this side. So then I introduced this white back in and the gold. And then I had my bee. And I didn't really like the white. I didn't feel like it really went with the rest of the card. So I took off the white. Just showing you what I was thinking. Then I ended up taking off this. So now I just have this left. Then I decided to heat emboss this beautiful big leaf from the stamp set. So I heat embossed it in gold. And then I thought I could add my bee close to there and then my happy birthday on the bottom. Or you could also do this one this way. I think that's the way I ended up liking it best. And then we are going to put a little bit of the black organdy ribbon right around here or somewhere on here. And I think I want to do that first, just so I don't forget. Not sure exactly where I want it yet. I might need to decide. All right, so we're going to introduce the black organdy ribbon. This is going to be up here. This little guy is going to be here. This is going to be here. And so I was thinking of having the bow right to the left. I think I'll put it above, actually. Changing my mind as I'm going here. Do you ever have one of those days when you can't really decide if you like it or not? That's today. And then sometimes it's like, just put it down and do something. So let's try the bow here. If we don't like it, we can move it. But we can't move it once we glue this piece down. So we'll try it again and see what it looks like after we get the bow. There's a couple of colors of ribbon that you could use. I was thinking of using gold, but I thought that might be a bit much. We don't really want it too goldy, just accent. So we've got our ribbon, and it does pull at these, so you need to be careful. We've got our sentiment, we've got our leaf, and we've got our butterfly. I think that's okay. All right, so now I can go ahead and put this piece down, and I am realizing that it did push that up a little bit, so I think it'll be fine. Well, hopefully it'll be fine. I do love this black and white check. I just didn't like how it was looking on my card. Or maybe it was just the colors I was using. I don't know. This ribbon is very sparkly, so you will get sparkles all over the place. And I am going to put a little glue dot to hold my bow in place. It's more or less centered. And we are going to use a wobble for our little bumblebee. So this one is gold and black. I've heat embossed the sentiment in gold. So you can see it's gold. Now, I have vellum that I've used Wink of Stella, so that's really pretty. If you have some of the gold vellum that was in the Christmas catalog, you could use that, and that looks really cute as well. So I'm just going to use the regular one. Oh, maybe I'll use the gold for this one. I'm just going to trim it. I noticed when it punched it, I didn't punch it fast enough. All right, there we go. Just going to put a little bit of glue here. I don't think it'll show through too much with the gold vellum. It does look cute with the gold wings, I'm just saying. Now he's going to be up on a wobble. I buy my wobbles on Amazon. They come in 2 sizes. These are the mini. And I just bought some more for Stamp Camp because you will be getting wobbles. The 12 pack is way more expensive. There's another pack that has 48. But 48 is a lot of wobbles if you don't do classes and use them a lot. However, once you get them, you'll put them on everything. So I'm just going to take 2 out because we're going to use them on both cards. So they're just called wobbles. And you put the thick side. I always have to think about how I'm doing this. I'm doing it the exact opposite. So put the clear side on whatever it is you're wobbling. And then the really thick part goes on the bottom. Now, because I want the leaf here and I want the wobble to wobble, I'm going to tape down the leaf on this side so it just sticks up a little bit on this side. And use my stamp and seal. Because the wobble has to be able to go around it. All right, let's see if that's going to work. I've got glue or something on my desktop here. Keeps sticking. Yes, that wobbles. All right, so there's our cute little card, happy birthday, with the fun organdy ribbon and our little gold and black bee. So the Ladybug Punch can be used for a lot of different insects, specifically bees and ladybugs. I do have some, let's see, you could also use gold little embellishments if you have them. These are the classic matte dots, and I think that's plenty. You could also put them, let's try that. I think I remember trying this before and it made it look a little bit like an alien, but I'm committed now. It is kind of cute. All right, so there's our first card. Hey, Lynn. It is fancy and fun. Lots of gold on this one. And our next one is going to be a little less glitzy, but fun still the same. So for our next one, we have our first bee and our second bee. This bee I colored in So Saffron Dark with the blends. I did try to punch it out so that it had black. The antennas were all black, so I could go back in and color those. I did add Wink of Stella to this one. And then, yeah, so here's the marker right here. Dark So Saffron Stampin' Blends for that one. And then I used a Stampin' Right Bumblebee marker for this one. So you can see the difference. Well, they're different color, but this one came out quite a bit darker. This bee is cut out of this paper, and again, when you're punching it out, make sure that you line it up so that, here's what I did. I tried to line it up so that the antenna were in the black, and then that these two little points were near a line. And that's pretty good. So that's how I did it. And then again, I have wings with Wink of Stella somewhere. Oh, they're over here. So I think I'm going to use this one because I used Bumblebee cardstock on my card. However, it is way cuter with Wink of Stella, so I'm just going to quickly color it. And you can color just the yellow or all of it. I colored all of it, because you can never have too much Wink of Stella. Just leave it to dry. So this one has Wink of Stella on the vellum as well. So that'll have to dry for a second before we try to attach it. Let's get this out of the way, my little demo. So for our card base, we have Bumblebee, 7.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So we have this little fun piece here. Then we have black, which is just 1/8 of an inch smaller. So it's 5 7/8. I'm just wondering where I'm putting my ribbon. By 4 1/8 instead of 4 1/4. When you do your measurements this tight, it's probably a good idea to use the white glue. But, so then I have another piece of that pattern party paper. Again, just 1/8 of an inch. Just a little smidgen. Then I have Bumblebee again, 3 by 4, and then So Saffron embossed using that embossing folder, which I can't remember the name of, so I'll look it up. It's called Hive 3D Embossing Folder, and honestly it looks just like honeycomb. So that's what that is. We can go ahead and glue that on, and it's really quite honeycombish. I think that's the front actually. one of those ones that it's hard to tell which is the front and which is the back. So let's go ahead and put this on. Yeah, definitely, I think there's a front. It definitely looks more honeycomb on this side than it did on the other side. This one looks more like, I don't know. That other one was actually had gone through the embossing folder as well. So this is going to go like this. Now we're going to introduce our beautiful gingham ribbon, black and white. So we have to decide where. The other one that you could use is this one, but I think I want to use the black and white. Although this one would be equally as cute. Got our little bee over here. So I'm deciding if I want to do my ribbon, where I want to do my ribbon. Let's look at the rest of the card. So I have a daisy. This is the medium daisy punch. Then I have my bee that's going to be coming over to my daisy. And then I have thinking of you. And I think I wanted to have my sentiment kind of coming out of a bow here. I think that might be good. All right, let's try that before we do anything else to make sure we like it. Because it's easy to just take the ribbon off and move it if you don't really like where you've put it. I was also thinking of putting it here, but I think it might look cute here. And then the sentiment can look like it's kind of coming out of the ribbon. I was going to do one of the tailor tags, but I decided to do this little one, which is from the Valentine set. All right, got that, we got that, we got that. I'm just making sure it's straight. Obviously, we need a piece of white. Oh, here's one right here for inside the card. And you could put another little strip of this paper if you want, but I think it's got enough going on, to be honest. All right, good to go. So we do want this fairly in the middle and popped up. Oh, it doesn't matter, it's going to be popped up with dimensionals. But I usually do try to make sure I don't have big folds like that in my ribbon. But because it's going to get dimensionals, it's not going to matter. If it was lying flat, you'd, oh geez. If it was lying, look what I'm doing. I even turned it over so I would know where to put them, and I'm putting them in the wrong spots. Good thing I noticed I hadn't really pushed them down too hard. Is anyone else in their craft room today? This ribbon is just so pretty. Now, I was thinking of doing a stem on the flower, but to be honest, I totally forgot. But I don't think it needs it. But there is a nice die in, I think the Meadow set, or one of the sets that you could use. So to attach the wings, I'm just putting a little bit of liquid glue and hoping it's not going to show through too much. And it will now, but it will dry. And we have our wobble somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's hiding. And our sentiment, my idea was just to kind of have it hanging through the ribbon like that. So I'm actually going to use a glue dot to attach my sentiment. I think I just need one. You just want to make sure it doesn't go off the card. And we'll add this with a dimensional. If you have some of that black glitter paper from the last catalog, that would be cute here as well. So we've got him. Now I'm going to push this side down a little bit because we want the bee to be able to go up over top. So we have our wobble. I'll do it right this time. Once you have these, you just want to put them on everything. And when you get a card with a wobble, it's just fun. I think that would be a really cute little bug as well, little love bug. There we go. You do want to make sure it doesn't do that, and it wobbles. Oh, it's on the honeycomb, so I'm giving it a good press to make sure that it stays down. Cute. Now let's add a couple of matte dots. So maybe, I was going to put them right here, but maybe right there, and I'm not going to put them on the antenna this time, but maybe a little one here. So this card we'll be making as part of Spring Stamp Camp. And I think it's pretty darn cute. All this stuff out of the way. So this is our second card. Little wobble. And again, I've used Wink of Stella on the wings and on the bumblebee. This is heat embossed using black embossing powder. And this one is just got a lot of gold. So it's got the gold embossed leaf, the gold and black paper, the gold heat embossing, and then the little sparkles in the ribbon. All right. So those are our two cards for today. I do invite you to like or share my video. If you're watching the replay on YouTube, I invite you to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification button so that you will know when I go live. Thank you for watching. I will be back on Wednesday at 3 for more fun and inspiration from my craft studio. Thank you everyone, and have a great day.